Yes.
You needn't look at me like that. Breakfast's the most important meal of the day.
Come on, love.
I hope you're not on some daft diet.
Croissants are nice.
Got them from the new bakery on the high street. If Madam upstairs doesn't get a move on, hers will get cold.
She's probably still trying to make herself look beautiful.
How long does it take to do your hair?
Ages when you try and make it so perfect like she does.
Oh, it's a good job I don't take milk in my coffee, or it'd turn sour.
Leave her.
Well, she's not said a word for days now. It's ridiculous. Anyway, we'll see what the doctor has to say.
I don't think she really needs to see a doctor. You're not feeling ill, are you, love?
I made the appointment when I made mine.
It's not too late to cancel.
It's best to see what they have to say.
Okay, I'll take her.
I can go with her.
No. I don't start work till 7 tonight. Why don't you put your feet up for a bit?
Some chance. But if you don't mind, I've got plenty to be getting on with here.
Jim. Is everything all right?
I blocked the clock.
Oh, don't worry about that. There you go.
Thanks.
Did you get any sleep?
A bit.
Good. Look, life might be feeling pretty dreadful right now, but once you've had a decent rest, things won't seem half as bad.
Yeah.
I've been there too, you know. Probably sank lower than you have. But hey. Look, Julie and I will have to get off to work, but we want you to make yourself completely at home. Plenty of food in the fridge, so just help yourself. And make sure you take it easy. And we'll have a decent chat when I get back tonight, yeah?
Thanks, Mike.
Okay. I'll see you later.
This is ridiculous. Inaya! Inaya! Inaya!
Quick wash, short spin, rinse.
Do you want me to set it for you?
No. I've managed on my own up to now. Thank you. Although I have to admit there are so many programs on this thing, I'm surprised it hasn't got one to do my paperwork. There. What's so funny? No. Oh, no. Oh. I promised Lex I'd wash his jacket for tonight.
Careful, you need to wait for it to finish before you can restart it.
No, I've got to go now. I'm giving the crime prevention talk in 20 minutes.
I can stay longer.
You're a lifesaver.
Anything else needs doing? Your drains need unblocking while I've got a few minutes?
Oh, very funny. I really appreciate this. Look, after I've done this talk, I'm not back on duty until this evening. Do you want to come back for a bit of lunch? I'll make you something special.
Sounds promising.
Where's Dr. Kendrick today?
He's on leave.
Oh.
Did you particularly want to see him?
Well, it doesn't matter. I'm sure you can help. It's my daughter, Camilla. She hasn't spoken for at least 5 days.
Have you had a sore throat?
We don't know if she's ill or just being awkward.
Well, we'll soon find out if there's a problem with your throat. Do you mind if I take a look, Camilla?
Usually we have a job shutting her up, especially when phone calls to friends are involved. Why is it teenagers can spend a day with a friend and within 5 minutes of getting home, they want to spend another 2 hours on the phone?
A lot to talk about, I guess. Everything seems fine. Do you mind if I just check your glands? Okay. No, nothing there. Everything seems fine. Is anything upsetting you?
We've tried to get her to tell us if anything's the matter, but she refuses. She won't even write anything down. That's why my wife made the appointment. We were hoping she'd speak to a doctor.
Well, usually if there's no physical explanation for voice loss, there's a psychological explanation. Has this happened before?
Never.
Have you argued with anyone? Anything happened at home? You know, if you'd rather, you'd come and see me on your own.
It's probably just the usual teenage anxieties. She's got GCSEs coming up. There's a lot of coursework.
Maybe the exams are putting her under strain. Try and make sure you make time for relaxation as well as studying. Does that sound okay? So I'm sure you'll soon find your voice again. Remember, if you want to see me again, just make another appointment.
Inaya, this is Mum. Can you give me a call when you get this message, yeah? And I'm cooking lunch for 12:30, so make sure you get home in time, yeah? Cummy, how about giving me a hand, huh? For a start, you can put yours in Inaya's ironing away.
I'll do them. The doctor told her to make time for relaxation.
She's been relaxing all morning.
I don't mind.
Why should you when you're working this evening? What about Inaya's?
Come on, love. You can't expect her to do her sister's jobs for her.
Oh, Inaya can do one of her jobs when she comes home. Camilla! Camilla! Camilla, come back here this minute! I'm gonna have to do all these things again.
I'll sort them. It's all right. Everything is okay.
Teenagers. Oh, they're so hard. I don't know what to do.
They're not bad girls. Just growing up. Camilla, she doesn't mean to be difficult. Got one of your headaches? Why don't you lie down for a bit?
I'll be all right. Anyway, I've got an appointment with the doctors in a bit to renew my prescription.
I'll drive you there.
I can manage myself.
Have your migraines been getting more severe?
Yes. I used to have one a month, but now it's more like one a week.
And have you noticed any triggers, like food, tiredness, stress?
I suppose I have been feeling more stressed recently.
Yes.
My 2 teenage daughters, they wear me down.
Living with teenagers must be hard work, and migraines are no joke. I met one of your daughters earlier this morning.
Oh, yeah, I thought there was nothing really the matter with her. I just wanted her checked to make sure. I hope we didn't waste your time.
Oh, no, you did the right thing. I mean, there may not be anything physically wrong with her, but some things cause her to stop speaking. Could be exam pressure.
More like constant arguments with us. It's no wonder she's got no voice left.
Your husband never mentioned friction at home.
Oh, it's mainly with her older sister.
Well, it's pretty normal for siblings to argue.
Oh, you haven't heard these two. Camilla's jealous of Inaya. Always has been. She's so resentful she makes her sister's life a misery. That's probably what makes Inaya stay away from home.
Oh.
She stays out some nights. I give her a time to get back, but she just ignores it.
How old is she?
17. Almost 18.
Well, don't most kids that age want to be independent? Prefer to be with friends than family?
All she has to do is let us know where she is.
In a few years, you'll probably find that she'll want to spend more time with you again.
Do you really think so?
Yeah. I'm gonna give you another prescription for your current medication. You may find that relaxation helps reduce your headaches. You could try yoga, meditation, walking. One of my colleagues recommends complementary therapies like acupuncture, aromatherapy. If your headaches still don't improve, then come back and we'll discuss preventative medication.
Thank you. And I'm still not back? I'll take that as a no then. Can't you find anything better to do? Haven't you got any schoolwork? Or how about something really radical, like, ooh, emptying the dishwasher? Why can't you be more like your sister? At least she's making the most of her day off, spending time with friends instead of moping around.
Why don't you just shut up?
Oh, that's marvellous, how you've suddenly got your voice back.
It never went away.
Well, what have you been playing at?
I didn't want to speak to you.
Why? What have I done?
Oh, nothing! You've done absolutely nothing.
Oh, I see. So you've just been putting this on to get attention?
How else am I supposed to get anyone to take any notice of me around here?
Oh, that's silly. You and Anaya both get the same amount of attention.
Oh, yeah?
This has gone too far. When Anaya gets home, I want a word with the pair of you.
When Anaya gets home, she's not coming home. Not today, not tomorrow.
I don't know what you're talking about.
When are you going to listen? I know. Maybe she's hiding. Let's look for her, shall we?
What are you doing?
She's not here. She's not here either. Can you see her? Oh, can you?
Stop it! Stop it!
What's going on?
It's Camila. She thinks Inaya's hiding.
You've gone too far this time.
Oh, Dad, please.
I don't know what you're talking about. Now clear up this mess and apologize to your mom.
Why should I?
I'm going out to look for Inaya.
There's no need.
No. I told her to come home for lunch. Something might have happened to her.
She'll be at friends. Besides, what's going to happen to her at this time of day? Stay here.
I can't.
Ignore Camila. I'll take her back to the doctors later. Perhaps her hormones are unbalanced or something.
Sharif, I need to go.
Let me come with you.
No, you have to stay here in case she comes back.
Aisha, please.
I want to be on my own.
Look what you've done now.
Hi, sorry I'm late. I popped into the baker's on the way home and got us some cream cakes. I know it's naughty, but I thought we deserved a treat, and we have been using up some extra calories recently.
Yeah, very thoughtful.
Everything okay? You had a bad morning?
My morning was fine. Until I found this. I wasn't snooping, just returning something to your bag.
I was going to explain.
Yeah, I bet you were. I must admit, you really had me fooled. I didn't have you down as a user.
I'm not.
You know how much I disapprove of any kind of drug, and yet you bring them in my house.
I didn't.
I thought, as a nurse, you were at least aware of the damage drugs can do.
I am.
Because even if you haven't seen the damage they cause, I have.
Will you listen to me?
You don't get it, do you? How can I ever forgive you for exposing my children to risk?
This isn't mine. Will you tell your father who this belongs to?
I don't know.
Don't act the innocent. It was in your jacket pocket.
This has gone far enough, Faith.
Ask him yourself, then.
Lex! Lex, you told me the truth. There's nothing to be afraid of.
Don't want to get her in trouble.
What?
I would have said something earlier, but I know how much you like her.
Look, you can tell me now. I won't be angry.
She's like a teenager herself, really.
What do you mean?
Treats me like one of her mates. And asks me questions about my personal life. What I get up to, do I do drugs?
He's lying.
Have you spoken to Lex about drugs?
Yes, I have, but only to warn him not to take them. Why don't you tell your father that you've been bringing your mates home to drink beer and smoke weed? Well? Oh, and why aren't you at school now? It don't finish till 3:15.
Lex?
Right, she caught me drinking a beer. But I wasn't smoking. It was my mate. I was worried about him, so... That's why when Faith told me she used to do drugs, stuff stronger than weed, I asked for a little bit of information. Thought I might be able to persuade him to stop or something.
Faith?
Mum. Mum, it's always about her.
That's not true.
Well, isn't it?
You know she's not well.
Oh, and you really think this is going to make her any better?
What else can I do?
You need to say something.
It would destroy her.
What do you think is happening to her now? I can't take it much longer.
Things will sort themselves out.
They
You'll see.
won't. They'll just get worse. Well?
I can't do it.
Inaya was my sister. I miss her too.
It's true. I did take drugs, but it's not nearly as bad as Lex is trying to make out.
Oh?
It was when I first started nursing. I was working really hard during the day, clubbing till the early hours of the morning. I took speed to keep going.
But what about your patients?
It's not something I'm proud of. Eventually I realised how stupid I've been, and I haven't touched drugs since. And I was just using my knowledge to try and help Lex.
It isn't your place to enter into private discussions with my children.
I just thought he might listen if he knew I was talking from experience and not just trying to lecture him. That I understand that it's easy for young people to be curious about drugs.
Yeah, look, if you had any concerns, you should have spoken to me.
I'm sorry. I didn't want Lex to think that I'd betrayed him. I was just trying to get him to be sensible.
Faith did tell me to stay clear of certain drugs.
Thank you.
But she said that weed wouldn't harm me. That it'd help me relax. Especially because I was having trouble with my coursework and that. She told me that she'd bring me some home to try. That's probably what the bag was for.
I've called home, I've called his mobile, no answer.
Well, he's probably asleep. He's exhausted. And those tablets you prescribed may have knocked him out.
Well, that's what I thought the first few times I called, but surely he'd be awake by now.
Mac, you know, maybe you should go home.
Yeah, you're right.
That poor guy, the state he's in, he could do anything.
And that is what's worrying me.
I skipped RA this afternoon, Dad. I'm sorry. It won't happen again. But I'm telling the truth about everything else. I promise.
I'm sorry, Faith. I mean, I know my kids aren't angel, but one thing they've never done is tell me lies.
Well, maybe you don't know your kids as well as you think.
No. No. I realise it's you I don't know.
Do you know what? I really thought this relationship could go somewhere.
Yeah, so did I.
But it's obviously been a complete waste of time. Do you know what, Rob? Until you realise that your son is not as innocent as he makes out, you will never stay with anyone.
Dad.
He's going to drive away every woman you meet.
Look, I think you said enough.
Oh, don't worry about it. I'm not sticking around here not to be maligned and insulted.
Can I help you?
Can I help you? This is my surgery.
Dr. Kendrick.
Yes, and you are...
Oh, sorry, I'm Dr. Clay. Max transferred me from mental health to cover your patients.
Well, I'm surprised Matt can spare one of his doctors, even if it is a junior member of his staff.
Well, Max got everything covered at the mill, so...
Well, he's very quick off the mark.
Does Mac know you've come into work?
Mac's giving me a bed for a couple of nights. He's not my keeper. And this is still my surgery.
Yeah, of course it is. But I know things have been difficult for you recently.
Do you?
Look, the whole point of having me here is to take some of the pressure off you, so maybe you could catch up with some paperwork without being disturbed. I've got a couple of things to sort out and I'll come and have a chat.
Okay.
Hi, Jimmy.
Dr. Kendrick's in his office. Can you make sure he's not disturbed? And Dr. Maguire's on his way over to see him. Excuse me. Mrs. Hassan, can I help you?
I can't find my way home.
Would you like to step into my office?
I can't. I've got to get home. Inaya, she might be there by now.
Your daughter, Inaya?
I've been looking for her everywhere. I can't find her. I've got to find her.
Or something happened?
No. She's all right. People keep asking, but she's all right.
Oh, I was just asking because you seem worried.
Oh, thank goodness. I've got to speak to her. I've got to speak to her.
Something upset you since I saw you this morning?
I'm so worried about Inaya.
She's not been around a lot, has she?
I just want to know where she is. Can you tell her to come home?
When was the last time you actually saw her?
I don't know. I'm sure I heard her come in. And she said she'd be home for lunch today. She promised.
You spoke to her?
Yes. She was... I rang her.
But you didn't actually see her?
I just want to talk to her. I won't be angry. I just miss her. I miss her so much.
You've not seen Inaya for a long time, have you? Because you want to see her so much, maybe you think you've seen her, heard her. But it wasn't the real Inaya, was it?
Peter.
These papers, they just fell.
Leave them. I'm sure someone else will clear them up.
I can do it myself.
I thought we agreed you need rest. Will you let me take you home?
What are you trying to get me out of here so you can fill the practice with your own doctors?
You know that's not true. I'm trying to help.
Dr. Clay.
He's a very good doctor. That's why I asked him to step in. He'll make sure your patients get the best care.
You're using him to lure them away.
No, why would I want to do that?
Haven't you got a big enough power base without trying to consume little doctors like me?
Jimmy is going to look after the practice until you feel better. No one is trying to take over. Come on, let's go.
Aisha? She's in here.
Aisha? What's happened?
I think Aisha's ready to admit the truth.
I know Inaya's not coming back.
I'm sorry, love.
I couldn't think of any way to make things right.
I wish I'd realized sooner.
You asked me if there was a problem. I should have said something.
Well, maybe you'd have opened up to me more if you'd known me better. There weren't any records in your notes to inform me of what happened to Inaya.
She took an ecstasy tablet. I should have done something, protected her.
You shouldn't blame yourself. It sounds like it was a terrible accident.
I was her dad.
You've still got Camilla. You can help her. She's grieving as well.
I know. I'm sorry. I should have. But when Aisha... Well, she just couldn't seem to take it all in. I started going along with her. I thought it'd be for a few days, pretending I was still around. Who am I kidding? I wanted to believe and I was alive myself.
But you've accepted what's happened now?
Yes. You can't make it go away, though. No matter how much you want it to.
No.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Camilla. It wasn't your fault.
Acknowledgement's only one of the first steps in a long process coming to terms with Anaya's death. I think the whole family would benefit from bereavement counselling, which I can arrange for you.
Thank you.
If you think you'll be all right on your own, I should be getting back to the surgery.
Of course, we'll manage.
I'll be in touch, but if there's anything else you need, then please don't hesitate to call.
Thank you, Dr. Clay. Well?
We'll get through this. As long as we're there for each other.
Yes.
Matt!
A detective mystery from Monk, but only if he can get over his fear of flying. That's next here on BBC One. And on BBC Two, David Frost has clues to give his celebrity panel in Through the Keyhole at 3.